Am I audible?
Let me just check. Doing a quick mic check right now. Yep, we are audible. We are good to go. So if you can just do the intros while I
Yeah.
share the link around.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Hybrid Theory Racing League for Division Numero Uno. We are at Hungary this time around, and it's a wet quali apparently. And joining me in the comms box, it's Chips Chima. How are you doing, Chips?
I am pretty good. I am actually looking forward to this quali session, considering the fact that it's a wet session. We don't usually see many of those. And we have a first-time driver with us. This is not Yash. This is his brother. So this is his debut race, and I am currently following him because I believe he's the first car to be out on track. First car who's going to be starting his lap, I believe. So maybe we can be on board with him for what is possibly his first quali lap in a league. So that's a feeling we've not had in a very long time. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. That feels like an eternity away. But I'm just hoping, for the sake of him, he keeps away from impeding anyone because.
Yep, and I see that he's used battery on this lap. I think he just forgot to turn it off.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, so we see Yash. We're just gonna call him Yash for now, for the time being. As he goes into turn 1 in the Mercedes, he's keeping it fairly clean. He just needs to be cautious. It's a wet session. To have your first session as a wet session is a bit of a challenge in itself. So let's see how he fares as he goes through turns 2, 3.
Hesitant on the throttle.
And he's invalidated.
Yeah.
We can just maybe follow somebody else. I see Williams behind him, or Shrikant, who I believe is going to be the first car to officially be able to set his lap. So up through turn 4, end of sector 1, it's a 29.948. Now through the long sweeping right hander of turn 5. I hope I'm getting my corner numbers right. Now approaching turn 6 and 7 chicane. Let's see his line through here. A bit hesitant on entry.
Still compromised there.
Yeah, exactly. Entry was a bit misaligned there, but through this twisty section, I think he's just slid there for a moment.
Maybe sliding all the way through. Again.
I don't think he has all the downforce he needs, but he's still going purple. Obviously, he will. He's going to be the first car who's going to be able to set a lap. And as he goes into sector 3, the long sweeping left-hander turn 13, lucky or unlucky, seems to be pretty lucky for Shrikant as he keeps it within the track limits and is able to continue on through the long right hander of the final corner. As he comes up to the line, it's a lap time of 1:25.5. Decent lap, but I'm sure
that's going to tumble down quite a fair bit, Chips, as the track ramps up and,
Yep, and we see Abdul go P2, 3 tenths behind Shrikant, and I see an Aston Martin of Jishnu who's just started his lap. So maybe we can see somebody who is just about to start the lap.
Okay, I would go on board with Jishnu. He's quite rapid in the wet conditions. So let's see by how much he's able to destroy Shrikant Das's time he set.
Yep, I think Jishnu is pretty feisty, and I think he's gonna get some sort of a 2. He's 4 tenths up in the first sector alone. So I think sets a precedent. Pretty clear precedent for what Jishnu could possibly achieve in the session. Let's have a look at him through turns 6 and 7.
Nice. The car beautifully turned in. Little hesitant on the power on the curbs, but
yes. Exactly. I was just gonna say that. He could have been a bit more generous with the throttle input there. A lot of drivers have set their lap times provisional or such, but Jishnu, he actually seems to be going pretty well. There's a Mercedes who just stopped at the start of the track there.
That's the
Yash, and he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired.
That's the same place where
I think
Checo Perez crashed in real life, and I think Jishnu has been somewhat impeded by the dirty air, rather from the McLaren. But let's see, as he comes up to the line, it's 1:25.2, so he's lost some time in the second and third sectors. All that he gained in the first sector.
I was looking at his lap, and the second sector, he was really hesitant on putting the power down, and he just he wasn't taking the appropriate lines, if I may. So I still think there's a lot of pace left in that Aston Martin of Jishnu's. Meanwhile, Rev King.
We see
He's
Mosquito
been
coming up to
rapid
finish
lately.
his lap. No, Rev King, GM Mosquito starting his lap. So yeah, Rev King, that is the only name which I can't see on my screen right now. And Rev King seems to be coming in for, he's on his in lap, I believe, because his battery is charging up. Yep, he is P7. I'm sure we're gonna see better from him soon enough. Ibrahim about to start his lap. Abhishek's about to start his lap as well. The rain seems to be disappearing bit by bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think so. Somebody's just improved.
It definitely seems a little lighter.
Mosquito spins, and we have Raman who's joined the session. At long last, he was having some issues with joining, and at last we see him join the session. Red Bull has just passed Mosquito there. I'm pretty sure that was who was that? Oh, that's Bharat. Oh, Bharat's invalidated. He made a mistake. Okay, people are switching to the soft tires. So I think the rain is disappearing, but it's not disappeared yet. You can still see some drops.
I mean, the track is still wet. Like, I would suggest putting on the soft tires, waiting till the last minute. Oh, and Wicked Vicky loses all the time going into turn 1, and he's crashed out. Lost his front wing there.
Oh, unfortunate there for Wicked Vicky. He's on the inters, so if the inters are losing traction like this, I don't think the softs are really going to hold up any better. I think there's still a while to go. Somebody has just joined the session or something. Oh, that's Raman. Yeah. We're not seeing a lot of cars on their hot laps. I think GRL Mosquito is...
Meanwhile, Spandan improves P2 on his lap when he puts it P2.
And this is on
That's 3 lap old tires. From him.
Yeah. And he cuts the first turn. Cheeky by Spandan there. The rain is... I think the rain's gone. There's no more rain.
The rain's gone, but like I said, the track must be extremely greasy at the moment to... consider dry tires. So, and that also chips, given the fact that everyone's waiting till the last moment to get out and maximize the track improvement, that's gonna cause a lot of bunching up towards the dying stages of qualifying.
I think so. I mean, it is really possible. I think that we remember from just 3 days ago the realistic race at Saudi Arabia.
And Sid spins out and breaks his front wing. Unfortunate there from him.
Behind him, Shrikant is apparently set a purple sector 1. And he's going through the long sweeping right hand of turn 5, approaching the turn 6-7 chicane. Hopefully Sid doesn't come in his way too much. Let's see Shrikant on board with him. It's a lot better than what he did on his first attempt. And I think it's more so because of the rain has gone. I think they anticipated it pretty well.
Especially the last corner Srikandas took. I don't understand why they take such a tight line through there. I mean,
improving by almost 9 tenths, 8.5 tenths there, Shrikant. So this will certainly get him provisional pole as of now. We have Jishnu, our current pole sitter, provisional pole sitter, who's come out on the soft tires.
Ferrari is sort of impeding Srikandas there in the penultimate corner.
Sid comes into the box. Let's see Shrikant's time as he comes up to the line. The track, there are already dry patches here. It has Jishnu pulled off the perfect strategy here. Shrikant improves by 1.3 seconds and sets a lap time of 124.213. Let's have a look at Jishnu. Be on board with him. I think it's touch and go. Maybe he could have waited a few more minutes to come out on track.
Not really, Chips. So this will give him a good understanding of the track and jump the others in terms of lap time for the time being, and then he'll have enough time to go back and come back on track on fresh softs again for a second run.
The only
so he's not really losing anything right now.
Only thing that could deter him is
being
traffic.
Out on track.
Only thing that could deter him possibly is some traffic. Because I see some cars filing out of the pit lane. A McLaren's going a bit slow in sector 1 there. But let's see Jishnu.
And even being on board with Jishnu, he's not fighting the car by any means. He's finding grip out there. And the track's ramped up.
I still think another 30 seconds later, if it would have come out another 30 seconds later, it would have been better for him. But see, DRS is still not enabled. So there's still officially not dry conditions yet. Let's see Jishnu through turn 2. And who is that? Rev King just set the fastest lap on intermediates. Let's see Jishnu coming up to turn 4. Navigated turn 3 pretty alright. and he is improving by 8/10. That's a very
that
good
was
effort
committed
there.
through there. The
Yep.
blind left-hander.
Jishnu really going for it, and through the turn 6-7 chicane, he's navigating it pretty well. And all right, that's a nice line through there. I'm actually going to be onward with him through the rest of this lap, and he gets the car turned in so well. So I think the track really is now. It's time for dries. It is now officially time for dries. Let's see his time to sector
That's
2.
beautiful.
Yeah,
through
there you
there.
go. 2.7 seconds. Jishnu is really
Kept it pinned in 6th gear. Like that's the
Oh, he
most
shifted
ideal
down.
line through there.
I think he shifted
No,
down
I
by
think
accident.
that's the double shifts he's been having lately. So that's his G29 doing G29 things, I guess. But yeah, unfortunate there. But he would have lost like a 10th or 2 there.
And he comes up to the line. It's
Wow.
a 20.9.
Wow.
Untouchable right now. Unbelievable. Great lap by Jishnu there. No words. Sid is on his out lap. Behind him, there's an Alfa Romeo of Vifix who is also on his out lap. No, Vifix on his hot lap, I believe. Is he?
He is on his hot lap.
And I think he was just again impeded a bit by the Ferrari there. So Vifix in the
little. Is he glitching for you there, VFX?
No,
like,
he's
or
pretty
is it
stable.
just a steer? Okay.
It looks pretty stable. Yeah, nothing's off, nothing's untoward. So Bharat goes P2, 121.8. He's 9/10 down on Jishnu. So let's have a look at Vifix come up to the final corner. This could possibly challenge Jishnu. At least it's a top 5 time, that's for sure. And he comes up to the
little
line,
moment.
and this is pole position
119.6 by a margin.
by a considerable margin there. So that's what I just wanted to say. Jishnu could have maybe held on a bit longer. The track is still, there's not a whole lot of traffic to navigate. So sector 1, we have another yellow flag for Mosquito, I believe it is. Yep. So cars on their out laps. Abhishek is still doing a lap on the intermediates. So maybe he's just misjudged and he's crashed out. Oh, that was very dramatic. His car snapped there and he just lost all
Okay,
control.
Spandan potentially being held up by a McLaren here.
Just gonna follow Manan as he comes up to the line. It's been a decent lap, I can see right there from the timing charts. And Manan goes P3, 119.7. And Harshi goes P2. We missed that completely. And gonna switch to Spandan now. Who's the McLaren ahead of him? Is that Ibrahim or is that...
Yeah, that's Abdul Samad.
Abdul, okay. Spandan goes... Wow!
And like I said, even being held up so much, he was like the track's coming alive and the DRS is wide open as well. So,
Yep.
Chips, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the times in the 116s.
I think so as well, because we just have under 3 minutes. Oh, Sid Venkatesh! You don't usually see him at the top there, so it's really refreshing and really nice to see him there. So Uncle Sid doing good
That just
things there
shows like
in the Ferrari.
the rate at which the track is ramping up.
Yep, and we see Mosquito come up to the line, and
Meanwhile, Manan coming up. Oh yeah,
Manan
he's
has
out of
finished his
battery.
lap.
So
Manan's finished his lap. He just went P5. We see Abdul on a lap. Yep, so Abdul and Spandan is still chasing after him. So even on his in lap, I believe Spandan is not letting go of Abdul. Abdul improving by 5 seconds. This would at this moment get him around Jishnu. So Jishnu really missed out on using DRS, I believe. I think he's one of the few times which have been set without DRS. Him and Bharat probably, and Ref King as well, who's on his out lap right now. Abdul coming through the final corner, the sweeping right-hander, and DRS open. Deploy has been used completely, but Abdul goes P1! My word. Is that track evolution, or is that just Abdul being the GOAT? Great effort by Abdul there. So maybe Spandan wouldn't be too happy that his pole was taken away from him. I still think that there's a lot more to be proven from these drivers.
I'm telling you, 116.3 will be the pole time.
116.3, I say more like 117.2. I don't think there's enough time for that much track evolution. Let's have a look at GRL Mosquito coming up to the line. He goes P3. Great effort by him, and I believe he's using ABS off as well, right?
Yeah. I'm telling you, Chips. I'm telling you.
Let's see.
Like 116. Okay, maybe not 116.3, but probably like I would say like high 116.6. Let's see.
Okay. And there's a big gaggle of cars here. Spandan, ahead of whom is Manan, I believe. Yup, and ahead of whom is Shrikant Das in the other Williams. And who's this? Rev King just able to start his lap. Harshi goes P1 as of now. So pole it's anybody's game now. Anybody could steal pole position here.
I mean, VFix is still in the pits, so.
And
is that enough time to come out?
He has just come out of the pit lane. Yup, so he really needs to gun it here. We see Bharat and Manan both on, no, not Manan, who's the other car ahead of him? That is an Williams of Rev King. Yeah, that's why I can't see the name. Yeah, Bharat and Rev King both setting their laps in tandem, following one another. This is their one and only, no, this is not necessarily the one and only attempt. I think they are just charging up their batteries. Tactics.
I think Rev King thought the Red Bull of Bharat was on a hot lap and he let him through.
Yup, and I mean, little did he know there is no battery being used by any of these cars. Everyone just wants to get a lap time in. Oh, Manan just getting past Shrikant there.
VFix just rounding up the chicane in the second sector.
Does he have enough time?
Yeah.
I think he does.
I think he'll scrape through. I think he should scrape through.
So Bharat, I think, is going to be the first car to start his lap. So that clock is ticking. Everyone's not going to be able to get to the line in time. Bharat sets a lap time good enough.
1:17.3.
And I believe he's just starting his lap.
That's close to your pole time, Chips, that you said.
So all right. Thanks, Bharat, for proving me wrong there. I'm actually pretty impressed. And I'll just say this. I think he's just started using his battery there, Bharat. So maybe we've not seen the best of him yet.
Oh, Bharat spins out.
Oh, he's made a massive mistake there. And the last car, Vifix won't get to the line. I think Vifix spun. No, Vifix got to the line. His teammate Wicked Vicky spun. So the flag is dropped. Nobody else can start a new lap.
Which is that car in front of VFix? I hope for the sake of him doesn't impede him by any means.
It's Jishnu. So Jishnu himself, our original pole sitter, he could possibly do something. Can anyone displace Bharat? Harshi goes, no, not Harshi. Easy level bot goes P4.
P4. Yeah.
Yep. We're still trying to follow people. So we'll just follow them in order as how they're going to cross the line. The first one is going to be Rev King. He is improving by 4 seconds. At this rate, that would probably get him close to pole position. I think he's coming to the penultimate corner, keeping it nice and tidy up to the final corner. Let's see when he puts the throttle down. Bit hesitant, and at last he puts down the throttle, pedal to the metal, and he comes up to the line. It's a time of 1:16.7, very close to your pole time. Yeah. Let's have a look at the other car. Spandan sets a lap time of good enough for P2. Bharat can't set another lap time. What about Harshi? Can Harshi improve? Harshi, no, he's down. He's down by a second and a half, and that is not going to be good enough for pole position at all. And he crosses the line there. Nothing doing for him. Can Sid Venkatesh steal pole here in the dying stage?
Jishnu 1:16.3.
That's accurate as
anything. 1:16.5.
And that's
I told you. I think I said 1:16.3. Yeah.
That is bang
I was
on.
right there, Chips.
What a prediction by you there. Jishnu in the dying stages steals pole away from Rev King, and Vifix displaces Rev King as well. So the top two really pushing one another there. Just 2 tenths separating them. So, I mean, 2 tenths is a big margin.
To be honest, both Jishnu and Vifix made a few errors on that lap. So there's still a lot of time to gain, Chips. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, track evolution really is something else. I didn't expect the track to evolve this much. You did, and that was a very good prediction by you. So, well done. Congratulations on your accurate prediction. And we see Jishnu take pole position by 0.222 seconds ahead of Vifix. Then we have the blank car of Rev King in P3. Spandan in the Mercedes P4. He was doing decently well. Sid Venkatesh P5 in the Ferrari there. Bharat P6 in the Red Bull. Raman in the Alfa Romeo takes P7. Harshi, easy level bot, and GRL Mosquito round of the top 10, 8th, 9th and 10th. Abdul Samad is 11th. I don't think you saw the best of him. Manan is P12 in the Alpine. Ibrahim 13th in the McLaren. So the McLaren is not having a very good day. Shrikant did not set another lap time on the softs. Neither did Wicked Vicky, Abhishek's, or Yash didn't set a lap time at all. So Abhishek's, I believe, crashed out. He didn't have an option. And Wicked Vicky and Shrikant, I'm not sure why they didn't set lap times on the softs. Did they invalidate every one of their laps? I'm pretty sure they came out on the softs. Yup. Shrikant and Wicket Wiki both came out on softs, but they did not finish their laps, I believe. Yeah. So a pretty interesting session there. If you look at the tire situation in the race director, we can see that only Schwifix and Easy Level Bot gambled to stay out till the dry situation, till the well, the dry track came around, and everybody else went on to the intermediates at some point during the session. And I mean, that is it for qualifying. We wait for the drivers to ready up. I'm unsure what we should be doing now. Obviously, the drivers have to retire from the next race because the grid is going to be reset. What is going on? Something.
I have no idea what's going on. Is it glitched? Waiting for Ramin.
I can't advance. Nothing.
Neither can I. I think they're all waiting for Ramin.
So Ramin in P7 causing some headaches to the rest of the field here. Not sure what is going on there with Ramin. Nonetheless, just give your rundown of the quali session, Ajitesh.
I think there was like typical for Hungary standards in terms of like bunching up and crashing out, because the old school nature of that track and like how committed you have to be to really hook up a lap. I think that speaks volumes for itself. Interesting nonetheless, but I feel like the top three still had a lot more pace in them when they were just like, they just couldn't extract the maximum potential with like, the lack of time and whatnot.
And we have the timer there. So yes, I really do think that maybe there was a bit more in it for them. Something very odd going on with the game. What's new? And we have the race beginning any moment now. This is not the main race though. This is just the race wherein the drivers get rid of all their frustrations. This is a 3-lapper and the drivers are supposed to retire as soon as possible so that the grid can be reset as per the reverse championship order.
I think that's a great way to blow off some steam, Chips. Like, let's say if you get impeded by someone in the quali lap, you can take them out right now when it's okay to do so, and then you can reset your mind and like focus on your own race in the main race. So I think it's a good way to like vent the pent up anger. So
I think that is exactly how it should be. Before every league race, we should have a race wherein the drivers can take out all their frustrations beforehand so that they don't go around sabotaging others' races. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. A pause, and it is go, go, go. There is... What is going on with Raman and Bharat? What? It's a 3-lap race and nobody's launched. What? What's happening to Raman? Raman... Okay,
everyone's jump starting, yeah.
No, Raman just got a very early start for some reason. Raman didn't launch for some reason. I'm not sure. Oh, there is mass genocides being committed there. Oh my word, that Aston Martin took out 3 cars in one go, and what? This is typical of Hungary 21. This is very reminiscent of that.
I think like that was a very bot-ass thing to do.
Yeah.
So like bowling pins.
I think Valtteri Bottas would be very proud of that. Very, very, very proud of that. And Rev King getting absolutely hammered by everyone
that
around
Aston
him.
Martin of Jishnu is just out for blood.
And he's still alive for some reason. His car is still in the running. We have just 4 cars left. Rev King, Harshi, Manan and Jishnu.
Aston Martin, like, use that money on aerodynamics instead of, chassis strength. They would have done much better the previous season.
And we see Jishnu has retired from the session. So it's only Manan and Rev King left to retire. So I hope they do that soon enough. And Manan has... Nice one by Manan there. What about Rev King? The last car, it is a Williams P1, regardless of what he does now, and he navigates this chicane very nicely. And he retires in a very simplistic fashion, not what I would have expected there. Nonetheless, we are just going to go on a short break here. Do stay tuned, for we will be back with the main race in no time. And we are back online with the main race. I hope all the settings were apt.
It's raining again.
Is it? It's not loaded for me.
Yeah.
And yes, it is. And I believe this is full wet conditions. So firstly, welcome back everyone. Thank you for all those of you who waited. And we are back around Hungary for the main race. Can you just do another quick audio check?
Yeah, can you hear me? I think I should be audible.
I think as well. Just let me check. Yep, we are audible. Perfectito. So that is nothing like it. We have 20 seconds, 19 seconds to go. So what do you think? What should one strategy be in such a situation? It's
I would just say
at Hungary.
I think it's either inters or wets, obviously. And I think you just hold on to those tires for as long as you can, because I really don't know if it's going to dry up to the end of the race, or not really sure yet. So I think stay on those wet tires as long as DRS is enabled. For me, it works perfectly. So then probably see, and I think the inters should last the entire race distance. Should, ideally, but I think there was one other race in Hungary when there was a little bit of puncture situation going on, so not really sure about that.
Yeah, so I think that it's sensible to maybe pit if the safety car comes out, because you'll get better tire life. Nonetheless, we have 3, 2, 1, and we had this just a few moments ago, and we have it for the second time. And all right, everybody is on the full. No, it's on the intermediate tires. Oh, sorry, not that.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
that's okay.
Yep, so then we don't need to have the tire screen up, we can just have the position change screen up. So Easy Level Bot on pole position, and Yash, well not Yash, on the right at the back of the grid there. So a very interesting mix-up of the cars now. Oh, the Ferrari just bangs into the Williams there, Abhishek's, who's that, Rev King, and they're both disqualified. Yeah,
oh, no.
I'm not sure what Abhishek's are doing
sure
there.
They're in the same party chat, so I think that'll be a little awkward.
I'm not sure why Abhishek didn't apply his brakes at all over there, it seemed like. Maybe Rev King just slowed down way too much. Nonetheless, look at the gap Easy Level Bot has built up ahead of Bharat. I think maybe somebody can tell him.
I wouldn't be doing that if I was him. Like, I would take it extremely slow, weave like crazy to get temperatures in, because especially in Hungary when it's raining, like the first 2 laps are like living hell, if I may. And
I think that is pretty apt way to put it, that we know how difficult and how torrid a wet start at Hungary can be, so maybe it's best to stay out of trouble.
The trend we've seen here, Chips, is that like most of the races I've commentated, it's been a wet race, and like it makes me so happy to see that.
It is,
and also jealous in a way, because like, you know, I would really love to be there driving right now, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yep, I mean, we have been in the same party chat for a lot of wet races as well, so
yeah,
it's always
good fun. It's good fun. It's good fun.
Yes, and we see nobody coming into the pit lane, so we're not going to see a repeat of Hungary 2021. It's going to be like Hungary 2020. I mean, I don't think a lot of people remember that race, so it's not very memorable. And we see Yash taking his time. Well, Yash, not Yash, taking his time to come up to the line. And if you can just let me know when
I'm
Yash...
sure his brother would be proud, you know.
I think so, and we are getting horrible camera angles as usual, as typical as it is for Codemasters. And I think Vifix just got disqualified there. Yep, and we have 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We are having horrible camera angles, and it's lights out, and away we don't go, away we go. All right, so it seems like a good start for everyone. Up ahead, Easy Level Bot did not get away well. He's being swarmed by all those around him, and Manan has made a fantastic race start, and Sid Venkatesh follows him as well. And into turn 1 they all file through, and Sid Venkatesh trying to go around the outside of Easy Level Bot. He runs wide. I see a Alpha Tauri going very wide. The Sid Venkatesh dropping places. Easy Level Bot back into the lead there. Manan attacking him, and there's a lot of cars going side by side, and Manan dives on the inside into turn 2. What a fantastic move there by Manan. He's diving down the inside and he gets into the lead. He now has clear track ahead of him, but he's still struggling. The tires are not probably up to temperature yet. As they get to the end of sector 1, everybody seems to be getting through nice and tidy. The two Ferraris squabbling, Abhishek and Sid Venkatesh, and I think Abhishek was off track there for a moment. Spandan struggling to keep his nose clean. I think he was right up there with the Sid Venkatesh. Vivek sending one down the inside at the chicane on Spandan. Can he make it stick? I can't really make out. No, he decides to back off, sensibly so. But wow, that has been a race start and a half, and Raman has had made a mistake. He is now at the back of the field. Abdul Samad also tumbling down the order, but wow, as we've not even ended lap 1 and there's been a lot of contact, and Bharat, and I think that was Rev King who made contact, and Bharat now rejoining in a very, well, he has to rejoin. He can't really do much more about that. And behind him Sid Venkatesh, and who the Spandan making a move around the outside. Opportunistic. Great move by Spandan, but he can't make it stick there, unfortunately for him. So I think as we end lap 1, there's some contact.
And Bharat having a moment.
Yep, Bharat and now
to capitalize.
Yep, Sid and Abhishek's really been battling the whole lap, and at last I think Abhishek is...
gives Sid such
good somebody's crashed out. Rev
King!
Rev King's lost it. Rev King's lost it, and that is going to be a safety car or a full safety car. VSC or a full safety car. I'm not entirely sure. I think
that's a VSC, I think.
Yep, that's a VSC. Not sure how that is.
Meanwhile, the person who started P17 is in P12. He's kept it clean, and that's a valiant effort for someone who's just started out league racing. This is his first league race, Chips.
Yep, I remember you get butterflies in your stomach as well sometimes during your first league race. So
it's like going for your first date, you know?
Yep.
You don't know what to expect.
And some people haven't been on one. Please raise your hand. I am. But yeah, it is a very unique experience, and I hope nobody is unfortunate enough to get a drive-through under the VSC. I have been a victim of it on too many occasions, and it really
that's how
hurts.
you lost one of the championships you were fighting for. Refresh my memory if I'm right.
Yes, I think that is very apt. I've lost.
And cutting pit lane entries. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that was...
I've been a victim of that one too many times, Chips. So
trauma. That is
I share your pain there.
I think we are buddies, partners there in crime. Crimes of being reported for a pit lane cut, technically. But we have a very long VSC, and I think the VSC is just about to end because Manan is slowing down. And yes, nobody got a drive through. That's very good. But Easy Level Bot got a fantastic restart compared to Manan. Look, he's just gained 7 tenths. Almost 8 tenths, and he's struggling. Yup. So the restart going well didn't really help him. Spandan and Abhishek's battling once again. And Spandan gets past the Ferrari there. He's now sandwiched between the two Ferraris. Sid Venkatesh trying to make a move on. Bharat can't make it on this occasion. For the back, who's this? Jishnu on Harshi. Can he make the move? I don't think he can. Yup, he's taking it calm and cautious up ahead. Who's this? Sid Venkatesh and Bharat battling. For the back, Ibrahim and GRL Mosquito also embroiled in a bit of a battle between one another. This midfield battle is amazing to watch. And look ahead of Jishnu, there's a massive train of cars. And let's just have a look for the back. Abdul on trying to make a move on Mosquito. And I think he's going to make it stick at some point this lap because Mosquito seems to be struggling. He's lost about 7.5, 8 tenths to Ibrahim there ahead of him. And well, Abdul, I think, is just getting held up there, kind of. But look at this battle from P10 all the way up to P2 actually. This is technically the battle for P2 goes all the way down to P10 because it's just a massive train of cars. And yeah, Wicked Vicky is a bit further back, but all those ahead of him are within a second of each other. They're within touching distance, and this is remarkable.
Manan's just like, it's a Sunday drive at this point for him. He's just short shifting really well and keeping it together.
And behind him there's a decent gap between Easy Level Bot and Bharat as well, so I mean it's interesting. Let's see how it eventually pans out.
From P3 to P10 is where the real battle is, Chips.
Yep, Spandan made a mistake there and Abhishek could not capitalize, but yes, from actually I think it's P3 or
P3 to P9.
Yep.
P9 I think. Yeah.
Wicked Vicky's fallen out of touch there. For a moment it was P2 down to P10 who were all within say 5 seconds of one another, and Vifix really attacking Abhishek here, forcing him into making mistakes, and through turn
he's
2
having to
and
visibly lift off to not run into the back of him.
and Abhishek was drifting through that section there. Now turn 3 was pretty decently taken by both of them as they go up the hill and approach turn 4. What's it gonna be? No, Vifix still has to hold on for a while, but Abhishek was very wide there, and Vifix had a very good run. Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso-esque. Can we see a move being made? I think we are. Yes, that is a fantastic move by Vifix there, and can we just make... Oh, there is some contact there. Abhishek has to go off track, and Vifix gets past, and so does Hershey. Abhishek's losing 2 places in the course of a single corner, and 3 places across 2 corners.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so Abhishek should have just like broken a little early and gotten a switchback on him, ideally.
Yep.
But he did well to keep, like, to not make contact. So kudos to him. That was good from Abhishek.
And up ahead we see Sid Venkatesh Spandan chasing down Bharat and Easy Level Bot. Easy Level Bot really not enjoying these conditions. I think he's fallen back quite considerably, and Wicked Vicky gets past Abhishek. They're still battling, and Abhishek once again has to go off track. Behind him now Shrikant chasing him, and
he's drifting.
Yep, I think
all
Abhishek
over the place.
Abhishek has a dry setup, I believe. No reason for him to be struggling this much. He is not a driver who really struggles like this. But yeah, Manan setting fastest lap after fastest lap. He just needs to keep it clean, calm and composed. And I mean, we saw him make a pretty unfortunate mistake at where was it? Spa last time out. So hopefully we don't see that again from him. And Bharat getting a very good run on Easy Level Bot, but he can't make the move, obviously. That's too risky. And further back, just have a look at the position changes. Vifix has gained 10 places, and all right, there's another bit of position trading going on, and Yash has crashed out. Yash
has crashed out. Oh god,
and that is a safety car.
Well.
Full safety car. Mosquito and
what's
Raman
going on
close.
here between? Yeah, that's what I was looking at, and
I just saw Yash crashed in the background there, so neither
do you
F-King nor
think we'll
Yash.
see any front wings fly off anyone's cars, Chips? During the safety car period. I say at least one front wing.
I think that is an apt prediction. I'm going to go with your prediction.
Ibrahim really lawn mowing there. I know what's happening to him. He was
lagging.
I mean,
well,
not
Ishan,
really.
Welcome Ishan Gosalia to the chat. Do stick around to find out how the race ends. And well, congrats on getting as far as you did. Many first-time league racers don't get this far as well. And we see a lot of people dumbing others, but not a single person dives into the pit lane. That is really...
Bharat almost runs into the back of Easy Level Bot there.
And I saw a car on the curbing there. I'm not sure what's happening. I expect somebody to make a pit stop. Maybe Abdul, maybe Raman. Raman makes a pit stop. All right. So does Mosquito. No. I mean, I'm just going to say, if you're at the back of the grid field, you might as well make a pit stop. You're not going to lose anything significant. And you're going to be an
still have fresher tires to
Exactly.
That's one way you can climb up the order. But meanwhile, Chips, the likes of Vfix and Jishnu, they're in a very good position right now with the safety car leveling out the playing field.
Yep, I think, Manan's advantage has been completely nullified, so he needs to get a good restart.
And like we always say, catching up is one thing and overtaking is another thing altogether.
Yep, Jishnu almost ran in the back of Hershey there, so this midfield is really giving us a lot of entertainment there, and behind a Wicked Vicky. So let's have a look at the position changes for now. The biggest gainer in all of this, it shows up as Vifix, but I think the biggest gainer is Manan. He's in the lead of the race. P4 to P1 as they got towards turn 2. That was a fantastic move he made on Easy Level Bot there. And behind him, all those behind him just held their position. Easy Level Bot, Bharat and Manan and Sid all have lost 1 place each. And we see Manan who's gained 3. Spandan up 9 places, Vifix up 10 places, Hershey up 6, Jishnu up 7, and Wicked Vicky up 1. And then behind them, it's a bit unfortunate. Everybody behind them has lost positions. It's Shrikant, Abhishek, Ibrahim lost 7 places, Abdul Samad, Mosquito and Raman lost 9 places. And obviously we're not counting Rev King here, who has retired from the race. He is dropped 10 places, and Yash, despite not finishing the race, has gained 1, and Raman's left the session. I'm going to very quickly send him an invite.
I'll send him an invite.
Okay. All right. Let's have a look. The field is... well, the midfield is really what I'm here for. That's all I'm here for. Nothing else matters to me. Mosquito pits a lap later. So, I mean, there's still a long way to go for dry tires. We still have... and all right, Yash has left the session. Yash, not Yash, has left the session. To be more specific. I mean, everybody behind the leader is staying pretty calm and composed as they should. Their tire temps are probably dropping quite rapidly, but I don't really think it matters to them at this point. They just want to keep their front wings intact, and I mean, I hope I can say that about everyone. I hope everyone's only goal is to keep their front wings attached to the front of their cars, not lying by the side of the track for a marshal to pick up and sell for a nice hefty profit. But nonetheless, let's still see. I mean, front wings going into the barriers reminds me of Jaguar putting those diamonds on the car at Monaco in 2004, I believe it was. Do you know about that?
Oh yeah, and they lost the front wing, yeah, never to be found. With
the diamond,
precious diamond, yeah.
Never recovered. So
that definitely made someone's life, if I may. I mean, like, considering Monaco citizens are rich as it is.
Yes.
It's probably just a few good meals at a Michelin-star restaurant.
Yeah, maybe that was just enough to pay the maid. But getting back to the race here, I hope nobody's lost their front wing in this ordeal. They're not going to get anything out of it, but let's be onward with I'll be onward with easy level bot. You can be onward with somebody in the midfield, and I'm gonna wait for Manan. We are all waiting for Manan. We are eager to see when he's gonna pounce, and he has still tentative, and I think he's gonna go mid corner, gonna catch out easy level bot by surprise a bit at least, and he has bolted, and easy level bot struggling. Bharat right behind him, eager to get past. And let's see into turn one. Can the Red Bull make a move on the Aston Martin? Can he send one down the inside? Yes, he can. Can he make it stick though? Can Israel Bot fight it? I don't think Israel Bot can, and he has to settle for P3. So that's a great restart for Bharat there, who gets past the Aston Martin there. And behind them, Vifix. No, that's not Vifix. Wicked Vicky and Jishnu came very close to making contact, I believe. And once again, oh, Wicked Vicky really playing with fire there. And behind him, Shrikant, who's not had a very good restart. He's losing an end plate, so he made well, he gave a Marshall a very nice
Abhishek has a massive moment.
And further back, Mosquito has a spin, and Ibrahim gets a penalty for some reason, I believe. Yep, Ibrahim struggling. Up ahead, Wicked Vicky on Jishnu. This is still going on, and yeah, Abhishek's really not having a good race here, and Mosquito struggling to get back with the race. Wicked Vicky can't do anything on this occasion. The midfield is, I think, just stuck. Oh, everybody's running wide. Nobody is having a good time here. And it's only lap 8. We've lost 2 cars, and the race leader, I mean, with Bharat behind him now, I think Manan is really going to have to push a bit more than he has been. Let's see. Yeah, Bharat's keeping him honest.
Looking at Bharat's throttle inputs, he's full throttle here, Chips. Full throttle.
Does he run traction?
So that's definitely full traction. That's not even medium traction.
Yep, I was just gonna say, does he run traction? I think that's pretty obvious. If he's going full throttle there, he is using full traction. So Bharat obviously getting better chance there. Let's have a look. Not sure, no battles going on. The midfield once again spicing up as they were before the safety car. Spandan attacking Sid Venkatesh. Vifix also. Vifix not really making the moves we usually see him make, but I think he's done most of it at the race start. He's made up 10 places. He doesn't really need to make up anymore. So I think he's just going to play it safe now. He knows he has the pace. He doesn't really need to push here. So let's see. Further back, the two McLarens are squabbling. Ibrahim and Abdul. Abdul really not making up too much ground here. So I think he is... Maybe him and Abhishek are running a dry setup, because let's be honest with Abhishek. Yep, he's shifting up pretty early through this windy left-right section. Abhishek's keeping it. Yep, he has to really lift a lot there, and Abhishek's... Yeah, I think only when the dry is come into play. Ibrahim goes very wide there, and
I'm sorry to interrupt, Chips. I'm just not able to comprehend what's happening with Bharat and full traction. My God. Like, I just put myself in that situation at that particular corner. I'll be feathering the throttle. Meanwhile, our man's gunning it. Wow.
and he only managed to go a few hundreds faster than Manan, despite being on full
I'm
traction.
telling you, it's limiting in a way. Traction control does limit your outright performance. So there's only so much, there's a limit that you can hit, but after that, you don't have much to play with. Because it's slowing you down, ultimately.
Yeah, but then again, it's really helping him get close to Manan. And let's see. Okay, we have Raman back with us, and I think we should be on board with him as he rejoins because there's no action going on.
Meanwhile, VFix on the back of Spandin.
I think they're just playing it safe, all of them.
And Sid, like, we haven't spoken about Sid Venkatesh. He's done a good job so far.
Yep, he's really holding up. His target should be to get past.
We have a yellow flag. Is that
Mosquito lost his wing, and that's a safety car. Why is that a safety car?
Oh, that's weird.
One lost front wing equals safety car. One crashed out car, the final corner equals
that
BSC.
has something to do with Raman rejoining and like the game getting a little screwed? Even more screwed.
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. What's Bharat and Manan gonna do? They're both gonna stay out. What is easy level? I think everybody's gonna stay out. There's no real reason for them to make a pit stop unless they're trying some very weird strategy. Yep, everybody's staying out. Abhishek is gonna box. Abhishek is gonna box, and he almost ran back out onto the track there. Ibrahim pits. Raman is gonna pit as well, and I believe Mosquito, it's illogical, Mosquito has to pit. So the rain is still there, but it's really dissipating quite fast. Abhishek's held up. No, I think he's able to get out ahead of the McLaren just in time. Yeah, it's once again another safety car, and by when do you predict we're gonna see dry running?
I can't really say, Chips, because it's still quite wet out there. That's difficult for me to call right now.
I think it's gonna be really a game of tactics because I predict the dry conditions are gonna come out lap 26. 25 or 26. That's my prediction. Because I see the rain is really...
of dry racing.
Yep.
I mean, the rain is definitely easing out a bit, but it hasn't stopped yet as such. So
yep, there's still a few drops here and there, but I mean, actually, we could be a bit wrong there. I think that we might see dry conditions a lot earlier than what I predicted just now. Okay, what's your prediction for when we're gonna have dry running?
Probably 10 more laps, I would say. For
lap 21.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna stick with lap 25. Maybe that's a bit too far-fetched. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm gonna say lap 19. Lap 19 is when we're gonna see the track really like get ready for dry running. We see Mosquito a long way back from the field. I think that's obvious. He had a spin. He made a mistake. And yep. Nonetheless, we're still waiting. I think everybody has... Yep, everybody's on the intermediates. And we see Raman and Mosquito have made 2 pit stops each. Abhishek and Ibrahim have made 1 singular pit stop. And the rest of the field has not stopped yet. The fact is, they have made a pit stop, Abhishek and Ibrahim, but they've not really been able to make up too much ground here. So do you think they've both set up their car for the dry conditions? I think that's only logical. That's only logical. We don't... Abhishek's, especially, I mean, to see him that far down the order and really struggling the way he is, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Come dry conditions. If Abhishek is absolutely flying, that means that our prediction was right.
I mean, he was really struggling. So the only reason, but to be honest, Shifts, like, given even in dries and wets, you're almost running similar wings. So it's only down to the suspension setup and the ride height. Because the normal wings you would run here is like almost close to the 50 mark.
Yep, you really need all the downforce you can get. The top 11 are all on 11 lap old tires. And for the back, what's going on here? There's a lot of bunching up going on. I see a Mercedes stopped on track. Vifix and Spandan. Spandan gets a penalty for collision. Oh my word. I'm not sure what's happened there. Because I see Manan is going pretty consistent with his pace. And he's not bolted yet. He's keeping Bharat honest. And he's keeping Bharat questioning as to when he's gonna go. Manan still waiting. Manan still keeping it tentative. There's position trading going on between Wicket Vicky and Shrikant, and Manan has not launched yet. He has launched now, and Bharat does not get a very good restart there. I think even with his full traction, he's really struggled to put the power down. And behind them, Spandan making a move on Sid Venkatesh. Can he make the move into turn one? Can he make it stick? Further back, Aston Martin and Red Bull. Oh, Spandan, I think they made slight contact with Sid Venkatesh there, and which really opened up the door for Vivek, but he can't really do anything there. Nope, everybody's still holding position pretty much. Oh, Spandan makes contact with the Sid Venkatesh, and Vifix trying to make a move, opportunistic move there. But he decides to hold on for now. It's only logical.
They're awfully close.
Yep, it's only logical for him to not make a move there. That would have ended in tears. No doubt about it. Abhishek and Ibrahim very close. Ibrahim runs off track. Nobody can stop their car in time. And this is really entertaining. And up ahead, Bharat just 4 tenths behind Manan. 3 tenths now. He's really gaining at a very rapid rate. I think the Alpine has just been burned into his screen there, and he gets a very good run as compared to Manan. Manan, I think, is no traction. Bharat, obviously, with full traction, is going to have a much better time. Behind them, Spandan running very wide there, going on to the runoff area.
Bharat almost like running into the back of Manan there.
And Jishnu Hershey battling, and they're still battling.
Jishnu and Spandan.
Sorry, Spandan, my word. David Crofty moment there.
Jishnu
they're still making contact. They bang wheels, and now Wicket Vicky behind Jishnu. Yeah, I think Jishnu is going to complain about Spandan's rejoin there, and I think understandably so. That was a bit of a...
he's getting those double shifts again, Jishnu, because...
Yep, I saw him downshift there for some reason, and he sends one on the inside. I think he's entitled to do that after the way he and Spandan were wheel banging a few corners ago. We have a yellow flag for Ibrahim, who's falling down the order, and Wicket Vicky trying to make a move on Jishnu. No, nothing doing on this occasion. Abhishek and Spandan very close. They're all twitching, but yep, very thankfully still keeping their cars facing the right way. Yep, and Shrikant on the hard tires. What?
Oh God.
No, I'm not understanding, Shrikant. The track is still damp, and the hards are gonna offer you no grip. They offer you the least grip.
A potential pit stop error. Like he forgot to change the tire, I guess.
Possibly. It's actually within the realm of possibility. He may have pressed an additional left on the D-pad and accidentally switched onto the hards instead of the intermediates. Although it's a bit of an odd thing to do. So Shrikant has to struggle around for a couple more laps, at least, I think. Well, there's no point if he pits now. I'm pretty sure with the rate at which he's losing time, he's really going to be lapped. Manan and Bharat trading fastest lap after fastest lap. Vifix now steals it from both of them. And yeah, so Bharat really, I think, is really having a good time there. Abdul Samad trading places.
I think VFX is going to have a difficult time getting through Sid Venkatesh and EC level board. They're extremely good at defending, so.
And Sid Venkatesh,
and
speaking
more,
of
more than Sid Venkatesh, EC level board, like he places the car in all the right places on the track, and it's one thing to catch up to easy level, and it's really, really difficult I've raced with him and it's incredibly difficult to get an overtake on him.
And I mean, we saw him hold up Bharat as for quite a few laps. So I think Sidvi's first course of action should be to get past the easy level, but which he can't really do at this point. He's a bit too far back.
Vulnerable to VFX right now.
Yup, and VFX really getting some great drive out of the corner, and he's gonna make a move here, and he makes it stick. So Sidvi doesn't really fight it, understandably so. It would have really been a lose-lose situation for both of them. And VFX now right behind easy level bot, so one position was pretty much handed to him on a platter there, and now VFX sets after
easy level bot's really upped his pace right now. He's caught up to Manan and Bharat.
I think it's tactics, maybe, because Manan knows that he's struggling compared to Bharat, and the final corner exit is really where Bharat gains a whole truckload of time, and I think corner exits more than the final corner specifically. Shrikant, VFX gets past easy level bot, and Sid trying to get past easy level bot as well. The two are side by side, and some good fair racing there, and Sid V is past the Aston Martin.
And he's
not sure what happened to him there.
Not sure what happened to easy level bot is struggling quite a fair bit.
Yup, and Wicked Vicky trying to make a move on Spandan. They almost make contact. This is reminiscent of Alonso and Hamilton 2021. But yep, thankfully there's no complaints from Wicked Vicky that we can hear on the radio about it being dangerous.
There's a yellow flag. Shrikant, yeah.
It's a safety car.
He's almost a lap behind.
And that's a safety car. That's a full safety car. Full safety car. What does Shrikant do at this point? If he goes back to the intermediates, it just means that there was no point going on to the dries whatsoever. But the track is still very damp. The rain has stopped. And my prediction was lap 19. Let's see if it comes true. My improved and well expanded and enhanced prediction was lap 19. Let's see Shrikant into the pit lane. He is probably going to be lapped, I think, as you said, despite the safety car conditions. Yup, Shrikant really is going to have to pull out a miracle here if he wants to get back. If he wants his race to get back to a proper condition. Bharat into the pit lane. All right, as is Harshi and nobody else. So Manan is... Yep, Shrikant's been lapped. Shrikant, unfortunate for him. Bharat on the hard tyres. So he's taking a gamble. What about Harshi? Harshi also on the hard tyres. So both Red Bulls are... Yep, they are both Red Bulls. Yeah. So both Red Bulls taking the gamble there. Going on to the hard tyres. Is it going to pay off for them? See if the track dries up fast.
I'm not sure. It's still a little damp.
If the track dries up by the time the safety car comes in, they've really pulled off a masterstroke. If it doesn't, then then probably they've made a bit of a mistake being the early adopters of the dry tires, and that too the one with the least grip. VFX and Manan P1 and P2 and P1 rather, in that order. VFX P2, Manan P1. I assume there's going to be some party chat shenanigans going on right now between the two of them to treat each other very fairly. And by that I mean VFX probably wanting to get past Manan at the earliest notice. What do you think? If you were Manan, would you oblige? You're not obliged to do so, but...
I mean, I don't know what the dynamics are between those two, and like...
I think they're pretty...
So... I mean, like, if I was in a party chat with you and like you were visibly faster than me, I would let you through and try to stick with you for as long as I can.
I think that is a very noble thing to do, but from a racing perspective, Spandan again gets a penalty for a Shrikant. Oh, Shrikant's lapped car. Right. And Spandan into the pit lane. I think he broke his front wing or at least his end plate in the process. Now this has really thrown a spanner in the works for him. Is he going to go on to the mediums? Is he going to go on to the hards? Or is he going to stick with the intermediates? I think he should go on to the mediums. The mediums have enough tyre life. But he chooses to go on to the hard tyres. And they do repair his front wing. And he serves his penalty as well. So that's clever by him. Mosquito and Raman, what's going on here? The two Red Bulls. Spandan also in the hard. I'm surprised nobody's going for the medium tyres. Agreed, Hungary is a very high tire wear track, but there's just 15 laps.
In
Raman
these
with
conditions, driving on hards, it's more like ice skating.
Exactly. And the mediums do have enough to, okay, Raman struggling, Raman not struggling necessarily, he's lagging rather. There's something I experienced something very similar with Wicked Vicky at Portugal at the start of the season. That was horrific, to say the least. I will not forget that. That was an experience in of itself. Let's see. Bharat is going to be the first of the dry runners who's going to get a shot at the intermediate runners. And at the moment, judging from his throttle input, no, his car's sliding. Yup. No, there's still another lap maybe. Lap 19, as I had predicted. And you had predicted lap 23, right?
21, yeah. But
what's happened? Okay, 21. I think that's... Okay, so we are going to have one more lap of safety car running thanks to Spandan being a long ways back. If you're Shrikant, what do? You're just stuck in the middle of all these faster cars, the cars which are a lap ahead of you. So what do you do?
I have no idea. Like, I don't think I've been in that situation, so not entirely sure.
Yep, I think most of us haven't been in that situation. It's a very unfortunate situation to be in, and we see Raman in the pit lane serving his 5-second penalty. So let's have a look at the penalty situation. Spandan should also serve his, which he does. Alright, so what is Spandan going to do? I think Spandan is going to go on to the mediums. It's only sensible. And what does Raman do? Raman goes on to the medium tires. What about Spandan? Spandan I can't make out. It's a bit too far ahead. And what's happened to Abhishek? He's retired. He's crashed behind the safety car. Ericsson hit him. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
I think
no,
he pulled
Abhishek.
me under safety car conditions. Made me proud.
And Raman on the mediums, as is Spandan. And well, both are visibly struggling, but Ericsson hit Abhishek and he is now the third retiree from this race. Spandan is the last car. As of now, there's a big gap between Spandan and Raman. Well, I hope for their sake that they catch up soon enough. But what do you make of this? There are just 4 cars on the dry tires. The rest are all on the intermediates. Who's really going to be gaining from this? What do you think?
Intermediates again. I don't see, yet gamble is okay, but that's I don't know, that's a little weird for me to stay on mediums. I mean, we will know now after a lap of racing if it really is. I don't think so. Impossible.
Yep, and I believe the safety car is in this lap, so maybe let's be on board with I'll be on board with Vifix. You can follow somebody else. Manan probably. Sorry, not Manan. Somebody else.
I'll be on board with Jishnu. Actually, Abdul Samad.
Vifix and Manan, who's gonna get the better restart? Manan really keeping it. Okay, he's kept us guessing and he's bolted at a very nice time, which has really given him a very good restart. It's a very nice and neat restart there, so well done, Manan. That was a very, very good restart by you.
1.2 seconds.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
It's a very good restart there. Ibrahim and Mosquito trading places. Mosquito sending one around the outside after Ibrahim sent one down the inside, and they're still battling. But yep, in the end, Mosquito still has to hold on behind Ibrahim there.
Look, the medium runners are just sliding. There's absolutely no grip whatsoever.
Yep, Bharat really
They're
struggling
falling back
there.
by like 6 seconds. I told you, this just not gonna happen.
Yep, Manan with a purple sector 1 and he's pulled away by 1.7 seconds. And sector 1, we have a yellow flag for Spandan.
That's Spandan, yeah.
Once again, who has had a pretty major moment there. And yep, the dry runners really struggling and the intermediate runners still holding on to their positions pretty well. And yep, as we end lap 20, we are going to see dry running at some point in this race. It's only a question of when. Still Manan holding on pretty well. Vifix under attack from Sid. No, that was somebody else. Yeah, oh, Shrikant is lapped. Yep, Harshi Bharat trade places. So Harshi now ahead of Bharat. No, I think he just regained a position. Bharat, I think, was just struggling. And Manan with the fastest lap. So they've lost 14 seconds. That's, I think, too large of a gap to come back from.
Like I told you, like at this point, the intermediate runners can pit and still be ahead of them, even if it dries up. So
Shrikant is between Jishnu and Wicked Vicky, I believe. He's gonna get blue flags, and it's up to him to adhere to them. And yep, oh Raman. Wow, that is some very aggressive wheel steering inputs there by Raman. And he gets past Bharat, but nope, the gamble has not paid off for them. Oh, what's going on here? See, I have had a lapped car between myself and the car I'm racing, and Wicked Vicky has a massive moment there, sliding, but thankfully keeping it under control. I think so. Shrikant's AI, rather his ghosted car, is really distracting him. So had this happened to me in a league race along,
Jishnu really struggling because.
Yep. So I mean, I've had the situation happen to me. I overtook the car under safety car conditions because it was, I think, my third league race or something. I was not aware of the rules and I got a 10-second penalty for it. But then again, the lapped car really interferes with your racing, and we can see that easy level bot also struggling. Obviously Shrikant on 4-lap-old intermediates is going to be a lot faster than easy level bot on 21-lap-old intermediates. But what can... Oh my word. I can feel Easy Level Bot's anguish and anger through the screen, even though I'm not in the same party chat as him. We are on lap 22 and the dry runners are still dropping a lot of time. As soon as we see the times... the time interval drop, I think that's when the intermediate runners need to pit. And at this point, can they pit for soft tires, do you think?
No, like softs around Hungary, I would say 6-7 laps. Nothing more than that.
What would you
probably
do?
Be shagged by the end of it. I would like if it dries up, I would go on to the mediums and just like.
So I'm gonna give you a strategic question for you here. If you're in the situation, say where Jishnu or Abdul Samad are in, would you pit early and go on to? If you are on. Oh my word, Wicked Vicky and Abdul Samad in a very intense battle. Yeah, but okay, getting back to the question I had. Yellow flag for Spandan once again. He has lost his front wing. Is that going to be another safety car? I hope not. Manan, Vifix and Sid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vijishnu stays out. Is this going to be a safety car? I think they all anticipated a safety car, but it didn't happen. Shrikant with the fastest lap there. Jishnu in the lead of the race. What can he do now? Can he do anything? They're all going on to the mediums. I was going to ask you this exactly. If you're in this situation, do you stay out for a few more laps and then go on to the soft tires, or do you pit early and go on to the mediums? As important as track position is around Hungary. Yeah.
I would, if I was Jishnu, I would just like ride it out as long as I can possibly hold on to it until DRS is enabled. Then really like utilize those tires at that point.
Well, let's monitor the gap between Manan and Mosquito. So it's still pretty tentative. The dries are still losing time, but I mean, you can put it down to his tires being cold more than anything.
Definitely, but there's still a few wet patches.
Raman in the pit lane. I'm not sure why he's again gone into the pit lane.
And Spandan is retired.
And he's retired. He's crashed out, and that's a safety car. That's at least it's a VSC. That's it's a godsend for Jishnu, who's really gonna gain a whole lot of time. Yep. So does Wicked Vicky, Abdul Samad. So I was just gonna mention that they're really gonna be big gainers here. I would still play it safe if I were them and go on to the medium tires and not the
and they
soft
are. That's
tires.
Exactly what Jishnu is doing.
So they're pitting, but is it the intermediate? Is it the softs or is it the mediums? Let's see. Let's see, Jishnu.
I think it's mediums because softs. It is mediums. Yeah, because softs around Hungary, they die so quick.
And Jishnu, what about Manan left the session? What about where is Manan going to come out? Where is Jishnu going to come out? Where are these drivers going to come out in regards to their competition? Wicked Vicky and Jishnu have jumped Manan, so staying out the extra lap really helped them. Abdul is right alongside with
Oh,
Sid
and
Venkatesh.
Sid V spins out.
Oh my word.
Lost like 3 positions there.
He was in such a good position there, and he's really thrown it all away, I think. But I mean,
and DRS has enabled.
And
it
the
was
VSC is over.
perfect for Jishnu.
Yep, and Jishnu, I think he's going to be thanking his lucky stars, and so will Shrikant because he's now unlapped. Shrikant, he just needs to keep it facing the right way. And yep, now let's see for how long Wicked Vicky can hold up Manan. It's really going to be interesting to see how they manage to, well, their battle. Vifix now right alongside Manan, and they're side by side through this twisty section of the track, and they come very close to contact, but thankfully I think they are sensible enough to not make contact with one another, and it's a clean battle at the end of it all, and Vifix is passed, and now he's going to set after his teammate Wicked Vicky. So Jishnu and Vifix, P1 and P2 in qualifying, P1 and P3 at this point with just about 11 laps to go. How do you approach this final stage of the race?
I think if Jishnu keeps it together, like it's going to be a walk in the park for him.
And all right, there's something happened to Sid Venkatesh. He's battling with GRL Mosquito, and
he gets fast.
The fastest lap tumbling down the order. I think that's more because of the, well, point where the lap was resumed. Sorry, the point wherein the safety car came in. Well, I'm eating up my words here. I'm a bit hungry, I think. Up ahead,
Jishnu, EC level bots really gunning it now.
So is Abdul Samad. He's right behind Manan, and I think he is really going to be looking to make a move on the Alpine driver. I think Manan is struggling. Manan probably was running a wet setup, because look at the way Manan is defending. It's aggressive defense.
And he
spins! And Easy Level Bot hits
That's
Abdul, and Abdul's out. Abdul's out. Easy Level Bot is out.
And EC level bot is out.
It was a concertina effect there. That was chaotic, and it was all caused thanks to Manan spinning. He spun in Belgium. He spins in Hungary. I was trying to replicate the not the easy level bot.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. That was just really funny.
And
oh God.
My word. Sorry, Manan. Bharat having to stop on track there. And yep.
Oh God.
Charles Leclerc's famous dialogue can be reinterpreted in a lot of ways there.
I was on board with EC level bot. Manan spun. Abdul went into the back of him. EC level went into the back of Abdul. Oh yep. Man.
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable crash there. And well, Manan, what have you done? One mistake. Well, he himself is still in one piece. I don't see any damage to his car. Maybe just a bit of confidence. That's all.
I mean, think about it. You DNF 2 guys in one corner and you're still intact. That's
and you still retain your position. I think you still retain your position as well. Was Ibrahim ahead of him, or did Ibrahim overtake him?
No, I think Ibrahim was behind EC level bot.
So he's lost one position and he's taken out 2 competitors. That's a very big brain move there.
I mean, this having Wicked Vicky as a buffer really allows Jishnu to just pull a gap and not be immediately under threat from VFix. Meanwhile, in all of this, Sid Venkatesh has taken his position back up to P4. He did spin out and lose a few positions, but he's now back again.
I think Sid, provided he keeps it consistent, he is certainly poised for a P4 finish. Those ahead of him, maybe he can challenge Wicked Vicky, but I think Jishnu and Vifix are just at the moment in a league of their own. Nonetheless, once again bunching up going on, and Shrikant Das is half a lap behind the next car, who himself is about 1/3 of the track behind the next car. So I think the safety car is going to be out for at least another 2 laps minimum. That's what I think. What do you What do you think? How are they gonna approach the rest of the race?
I think it's just going to be quite straightforward, Chips. Like, I mean, the element of the rain has gone, and I think it's just a matter of keeping it clean. And now since it's dry conditions, you'll see a lot more people like going for ambitious moves. So, like, if you're able to navigate through all of that and keep it together, I think it's going to be a straightforward race.
I think. I
mean, it's just like what baffles me is like Manin, in those horrendous conditions, kept it together without making a mistake. The moment you actually find more grip is when he lost the car and took out 2 people and like kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah.
That is very apt, and he actually did it. It's very clever. Let's see, was it tactics, was it a mistake? I'm pretty sure it was a mistake. It's just my brain trying to make a conspiracy theory out of everything. We have one singular car on the soft tires, which is Raman. How big of a threat is he going to be to the cars ahead of him? What do you think?
Not too much, I would say. I mean, like, maybe like a few positions, but yeah, not too sure. Again, it's still like 7 laps to go. Man. The softs, they die. Like, to be honest, Chips, driving around Hungary, like, my softs give away in like 3 laps. I don't know about the others, but I can speak for myself, and they barely last 3 laps in their operating window, and after that, it's just like it's more of a disability at best.
Because the thing is, he's still gonna have relatively fresh soft tires, Raman. The 2 laps behind safety car do nothing to your tire wear, so I don't know. Let's see. Anything's possible, and Shrikant is right behind Raman as well. So in a few moments' time, we're gonna have the safety car restart. Jishnu has to get a good restart. Wicked Vicky, he does have the buffer of Wicked Vicky between himself and Vifix, but well, let's see. Alright, my apologies, there was a bit distracted. And we have the safety car in at the end of this lap. So you can be onward with probably Manan.
Yep.
Midfield, perfect midfield there. I'm going to be onward with Wicked Vicky. And he is so incredibly close to Jishnu's rear left wheel. And we see a yellow flag. What's happened there? Somebody's come to blows or something. Not sure. Jishnu still holding it, keeping it tentative, keeping it unclear as to when he is gonna launch, and he has launched. That's a great place to launch. He's really caught Wicked Vicky by surprise there. He just needs to get a good restart here. Good run through the last corner there, sorry. And yep, that's a great restart by Jishnu there. He's 8/10 ahead. Bharat into the pit lane. He probably made contact with somebody, I think, because he's not supposed to be pitting, and he gets a 5-second penalty.
Yep,
and he's retired. And Manan and Harshi battling. Manan has lost a position to Harshi there.
Does he get the switchback? No, he's not able to do that.
He is struggling at the restart here. I think Shrikant is back into the points after being a lap down. Perseverance, never give up.
Yellow
all those words
for
Harshi's car, for Bharat's car, sorry. It's coming back out onto the track. Codemasters can't code all that in. It's too much for them. Come on, can't expect them to do that. Ramen on the softs has really not got a good restart. I think probably Bharat made contact with Ramen, I think. Was it? Unsure, but maybe let's just focus on the remaining 10 drivers in the race. 7 retirees, just 10 drivers left. And we have, as we're going to come across the line, there's going to be just 6 laps left in this race. And wow, Ibrahim really struggling there. Harshi trying to, well, Desi Ninja Abdul Samad says Manan Goat. Yep. Sorry, go ahead. Harshi and Ibrahim.
No, I was about to say the same thing.
Harshi and Ibrahim, and behind them Manan and Srikanth. So Manan really losing places, who are one-time race leader, is really struggling. Harshi getting past Ibrahim. They're side by side down the main straight. Behind them Manan and Srikanth are also side by side down the main straight. What's gonna happen in both these cases? Harshi is gonna be ahead of Ibrahim, and Srikanth is still battling Manan. Manan struggling, and he now falls down to P9. So at one point in the race, he was in P1, but although, to be fair, he is still battling.
Wheel to wheel.
Yup, and Manan, when does he decide to bowl? Yup, he has to bow out there, understandably, and yup, there you go. A bit of position trading going on, a lot of jockeying, but in the end, Vifix getting past Wicked Vicky.
Let's Vifix through.
Did he let him through, or did he just make a mistake or something?
He did. He didn't make a mistake. He moved to the left.
So now Vifix is free, set to set after Jishnu. What has Jishnu been doing all this while? Has he been pushing, or has he been conserving his battery? Because it is a bit of a challenge to hold back Vifix. I know it all too well.
He just has to just look ahead and keep doing his thing. If we can maintain this gap, I think it's good to go.
Yep, Harshi and Mosquito battling.
I mean, they're setting identical lap times in a way, so.
I mean,
he just has to make sure he keeps Vfix out of the DRS window.
And Srikanth making a move on Ibrahim, trying to send one down the inside. He does send it down the inside. Can he get the better drive out of the corner? I think he does. Yes.
Sid Venkatesh is really close up to Wicked Vicky there.
And Ibrahim and Srikanth so close, they almost made contact. That is very reminiscent of Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel in 2019. It is. No, 2018. My bad. So, and Raman now attacking Manan. This is for the last point spinning position. And Manan spins again! He was tagged this time, Raman, to be fair. So, this is not his fault. So, not a double kill on this occasion. Just the single kill. This has killed his chance of getting points. P9 rather. And he is still going to finish P10, provided he keeps it on track. And Wicked Vicky!
Wicked Vicky, yeah.
For a moment, I thought it was Vifix. Oh my word.
Yeah.
That got my heart racing.
It's Wicked Vicky.
Got my heart racing. Srikanth up into P6.
His front wing is intact.
Yep,
from being lapped in 2 minutes behind.
How
He's
fast
really come back.
Change. Yep, and I mean, never say never. We could still see something surprising from Srikanth here.
And Vfix really closing up to Jishnu now.
And just gonna follow Srikanth here into turn 1. He and Mosquito are battling side by side. Mosquito sends one. He really forces Srikanth to go deep into the corner there. But Srikanth with DRS, I think, is gonna be pretty sensible to assume that he's gonna make an overtake down the inside. They do make slight contact. They make slight contact again. But Mosquito, I think, has to cede the position in the end there. He just doesn't have enough drive. Wicked Vicky and Raman battling, and Wicked Vicky gets a fantastic drive out of the corner, and he really pulls alongside, and he's forced onto the curbing there, and he's forced off track by Raman. So Raman really elbows out there on those soft tires. But
I mean, Sid Venkatesh really has to keep up the pace, because Harshi's really closing up, and
he's falling back by quite a substantial margin. So I think that just shows the pace the top two have, and now Vifix is gonna really play tactics here. He has to get the DRS on every single lap from now on. He is within DRS range, and this one detection point really does the job for both. And let's be honest with Vifix here. Into turn 1. Nope. PSI says Manan choke moon. Job, alright. All right, PSI. You can ask him for the clip soon enough as well. I think he would be all too happy to provide you with it. If he doesn't, then we have it on stream.
I think it's like the battle between VFix and Jishnu. It's all down to like utilizing the battery really well and not be smart about it.
If you look at the battery counters, I'm not going to pull up telemetry here to give anybody an unjust advantage, but they are similar with the VFX having slightly more charge. I can see that he has about, say, 10% more charge than Jishnu.
Yeah.
From my assumption, what I can see,
It's
I don't.
probably it, like give or take a few percent. Oh,
Yep,
yellow
flag for Manan.
Manan. Yeah.
You're really making PSI a very happy man right now.
Jishnu
Manan.
really has to just focus on getting a brilliant exit out of the last corner, which he does. He bowls.
And I think just Jishnu just
he
needs to
moves
do
to the
this.
inside to break the slipstream. He's getting back onto the racing line now.
And
Gets the car nicely turned in.
And look, he's getting great exits there.
Yeah.
And he's really not using as much battery as you would expect him to, Jishnu. He's doing a very good job there. And yeah, Vifix, he really needs to pull out all the stops here. He really needs to go pedal to the metal on every single corner if he wants to get past the Aston Martin.
He does.
I think this is just a tactic by Jishnu. It's a tactic. He's trying to get Vifix close.
He's probably slowing him down.
Yep, and Manan into the pit lane for some reason. I think he's going to go for the fastest lap.
He may be able to surely smashing the throttle there. And I think even the dirty air is going to be a pain around here through these set of corners.
Yep, Wicked Vicky and Mosquito further back. I don't think you should really be focusing on that at all. Let's see Vifix. Let's see both their exits through this final penultimate time through this section. Vifix.
It's all or nothing now, Chips. It's all or nothing. What a show these two have put on.
And we still have one last lap to go. And Jishnu, he again gets a pretty decent exit, but Vifix is close enough. He's going to dump all his battery as they start the final lap of this race. And look at the rate at which Vifix is gaining. He's going to go around the outside. Is he? Yes, he is. Can Jishnu defend it? Yes, Jishnu does, but how good of an exit will Jishnu get? He does get a pretty decent exit there, and they're still side by side. Vifix is trying to send one down the inside, and he does. They make slight contact. They're banging wheels there. Jishnu's still there. They're still side by side. Oh, they come so close to contact there. My apologies for the bad camera work. And Vifix is still trying to send one. Oh my word, this is incredibly close racing, incredibly amazing racing, and we see somebody has spun in the background there. That is probably an Alfa Romeo of Wicked Vicky. That was
gotta say, I've got my balls in my mouth right now. That's intense, man.
Ooh. And we still have another sector to go. It's not over yet because Jishnu is struggling.
They're flashing.
Jishnu struggling, his battery is flashing. I think Vifix also is doing the same.
Now is the time. Is this the time?
I think there's still a lot more to go. He makes a move. He gets fantastic traction around the outside there, Vifix, and he moves into the lead with just 2 corners to go. My word, but Jishnu is still holding on. They're side by side. This is incredible. He's sending one on the inside. They're gonna go wheel to the line. Who's gonna come out on top? It is gonna be Vifix at the end.
Vifix.
Who managed to get the superior traction?
That was something else.
And Shrikant gets up ahead of Hershey for a moment, or does he? Yup, only for a moment.
And Sidvi
finishes P3
to wrap up the podium.
Oh my word. What an incredible conclusion to this race we have just seen. Wow. And 0.176. That's the gap between P1 and P2. Some amazing battles, and there's a very close battle here between close finish here between Shrikant and Hershey as well. And maybe we can just focus on Manan. Is he gonna get the fastest lap, do you think? Manan has what it takes. He is improving by almost 7 tenths. So can Manan steal the fastest lap away from Vifix? I believe it is. Yup, can Manan steal it from Vifix? At the last lap, he is rounding up the final corner now. Can Manan steal the fastest lap? I am not entirely sure, but he might. No, he can't. And that is it. So we have had one of the most epic finales to a league race that I've had the pleasure of
Oh,
commentating
that was
on.
awfully close. That was awfully close. My goodness. Let me just
P16 to
quickly invite
P1.
these guys to the party.
And yep, I'm just gonna go through the order in a moment. And the Egyptian dance, Sebastian Vettel did it here in real life in 2017. Vifix does it in the virtual world in 2023. Yep, 2023 feels odd to say that, but nonetheless, from P16 to P1, Vifix. From P15 to P2, he may have finished P2, but it was still a champion's drive. Both Vifix and Jishnu have provided us with an amazing finale, an amazing conclusion to this race.
And he's won the championship.
Congratulations.
Vifix has won the championship. With 4 races to go. 5 or 4. Let me
That's some
check.
Michael Schumacher things to do, yeah? I think there's 4 races to go. Silverstone, Monaco, something, and Miami. So I'm just going to go through the order before the timer comes up. It's Vifix in P1, Jishnu in P2, Sid Venkatesh is P3, Hershey is P4, Shrikant is P5. He really drove well in the end there to get to P5. Raman is P6, Mosquito finishes P7, good points by him. Ibrahim finishes P8, Wicked Vicky P9, and Manan is the last of the finishers in P10. His 2 victims, technically, Abdul and Easy Bot did not finish, as did Bharat, Spandan, Abhishek, Yash not Yash, and Ref King. These were our non-finishers. My word, what an incredible conclusion. Do we have Jishnu with us?
I don't think Jishnu's joined yet, so why don't you just start off with Vfix? And
Sid, I think we should start off with Sid in the right order there. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, actually start off with Sid Venkatesh.
Yes, Sid Venkatesh, yes. So, Sid, are you here with us?
Yes, sir.
Alright, we have everyone, so we're going to be getting to the other 2 in just a moment. But Sid, P3, a great drive by you. Just the solitary mistake, I believe, throughout the entire race was when you spun under the safety car conditions. Just what happened there, and just otherwise walk us through your race.
That incident was like, I lost my focus and I was talking to these guys in a party chat and it just happened to spin out. Thankfully there's no damage or something. Yeah, otherwise it was like a perfect race for me. Vifix and Manan and Abdul were like in party chat with me and we were just making sure you don't do any mistakes and we were like keeping it clean. And we work like a team. We all 4 of us work together as a team. Pity for Isabel and Manan's been a menace on track.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a great effort by you. Ajitesh, do you have anything to ask, Sid?
No questions to Sid. He drove an exceptional race. Congrats, man.
You asked me to kill it today, I did it.
Yeah. Good job. Proud of you.
And a good job in qualifying as well, Sid. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It was
I
a
was
very...
actually getting bored in the end, so Hershey caught up in no time because I was driving alone. And then Jishnu and Vifix was went away like in no time. They were so far away from me. So Hershey caught up really quick and so did Shrikant Das. And Manan actually drove very well, to be honest. Unlucky that he got tapped or something by the driver. GG, Vifix and Jishnu.
Yes. So, well done, Sid. Now we move on to Jishnu. Are you here with us?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How hard have you punched your wall right now?
Well,
Have you?
I did scream a bit in the party chat. Everybody heard who was in the party chat, but I actually enjoyed it, to be honest.
Yes.
I was struggling in the wets. Didn't get the grip. I was actually running a wet setup, but I got obviously a bit lucky with the safety car. I had to go an extra lap because my teammate Easy had quit. Then I surprisingly came out on lead and I was just maintaining it till then. But I thought I'll be able to get it done, but I think Wicked Vicky and all let V6 through, and he was catching pretty fast with him. And then I was a bit worried, but yeah, I mean, I just kept my pace. I know it's hard to overtake in Hungary, and just kept it done. Uh, yeah, I mean, great battle with him. I honestly, the best so far in my racing career, if you can call it. But yeah, good amount of space left and all. So that was really good battle.
And I think you can be
Plus,
really, go on, sorry.
no, I was just saying my tires were overheating, so I had to keep an eye on that also. They were 101 because I forgot to lower my tire time. But yeah, great battle though.
Yes, you can be very, very, very proud of that. That was possibly one of the best final laps I've ever had the pleasure of commentating on. It's right up there with a certain race that, yep. Anyways, Redstone, anything to ask?
No, you drove a great race, Trishnu. Like, tough luck there, but you gave it your all. Congrats on your P2.
Yeah, I felt I left a bit more space to V6 in the last sector there. Could have maybe squeezed him more, but yeah, good battle nonetheless.
Yes. So just congratulations to you, and we move on to Michael Schumacher. No, sorry, Vifix. You've wrapped up the championship with 4 races to go, and you did it in style. Some style, actually. It's an understatement to say that it was style. That was remarkable. I've probably never seen something like this happen in all my months of commentating. But congratulations, Vifix. I believe you have won the championship. This is very reminiscent of Max Verstappen at Japan, wherein we don't know. We know, we don't know.
He has. I've done the math and it checks out.
All right.
Yeah,
so
with 4 races to go.
Yeah. Congratulations, Vifix. How do you feel? And just walk us through your last part of the race, specifically.
Before we begin, I shouted him out last week for the wrong reasons, but I think I should shout him out again this week for all the correct reasons. I think shout out to Manan for his race. I think he was having pretty much drove a perfect drive until that VSC came out and took the lead away from him, because I've had this pact with him for like I think a year and a half now going, that if he's P1 and I'm P2, I won't overtake him, and I'll let him take the win. And I never thought when I made that pact that I would ever have to actually like seriously contemplate whether it was actually going to happen or not. But the fact we even got this close, and once again it was external circumstances that prevented that from happening. Shout out to him. He did a good job today. He deserved to be derided last week. It was not the game's fault. He equally deserves to be praised this week as well. So good job, Manan. But yeah, I mean, coming back to my thing, I don't know. I didn't even know what track we were doing, honestly, until I showed up to the lobby. Kind of forgot. I just marked the attendance like blindly, so I kind of forgot we were doing Hungary. So I genuinely like 0 laps here, much as wet, and I just decided to do my dry setup because I just don't care enough to actually adjust it to my wet thing. So yeah, and then I mean the race was pretty good. I think I got up to like P8 right at the start itself. This sent it down the inside because I think I did the math here, and even if Jishnu won, I just have to finish like 9th or 10th. So I just decided to go all out for it from the beginning. This one time, just have some fun. And I think when I got up to P2, that was the only time I was really kind of holding off because I wanted Manan to win. But yeah, after that, I mean, towards the end, I just started just driving it down the last 5 laps, to be honest. Shout out to Vicky as well, because he let me through for P2. Didn't have to fight him. And then I think, I just stopped caring really in the last 3 laps because I think there were only like 8 cars left anyway. So I'd already gotten second in quali, so that was enough points with that. So I just decided to put on a show right at the end there. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now get the whatever, I think Paytm pay or whatever, because it's money season. It's looking green right now.
Yes. Absolutely, and you have to please provide us with the transcript of you receiving the money and that Paytm lady speaking it out loud for you. But nonetheless, Vifix, an unbelievable performance by you. This was one of the best things I've seen. Redstone, anything you have to ask?
I just really have to give it to you, man. What a dominant season you've had. Like, you've been there. No matter where we put you on the grid, you've always come up fighting through the field. It was more like a walk in the park for you, to say the least. And it was just really impressive. And congratulations on your win. And 4 more races to go. Hold on till then, and then you'll get your green bag.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was just kind of hoping to end this as early as possible because I kind of really do want to do the no assist thing more than this because that actually will provide a bit of variance maybe. But then again, I am driving without assists basically right now anyway, so I'm really. Anyway, that's for a later time. But yeah, good job from Jishnu as well. He's fought me hard in the last few races. So yeah, shout out.
Your last lap was.
I had to get my
amazing.
receipt back from Baku against him. Same conditions, so I had to get my get the receipt back for that line finish with another one here today. So yeah, and shout out to you guys. I think the comps will be quite fun to watch back.
Yeah, definitely.
Turn the volume down for the last lap, please. I apologize in advance, but I think that's it. We are done, right, Ajitesh?
Yep, you can wrap it up.
Yep. So I sincerely thank everyone who tuned in, hung out, and enjoyed the race today. And we shall see you very soon for Division Realistic on Monday. Until then, thank you for joining in, and we see you. Take care, good night, and bye-bye.
Bye.